Hi, Tripti. I'm
Hi,
Daksha,
Daksha. Hi,
and
Daksha. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good.
Thank you so much for taking out time for this interview. I'm pretty sure
Thank you
you must
for
have
con-
been busy and all that, but you still managed to take out time, so thank you for that.
Thank you for contacting me. Yeah. I think this is a great thing that you're doing.
Thank you so much. So, let's start by knowing something about you. Like, since this is the first time I'm talking to you, so like, if you could tell me something about yourself.
Yeah. So my name is Tripti, Tripti Pradhan, and I come from Sikkim, India. And uh, I'm a civil engineer. Specifically, I'm a structural engineer. I've been working with News at Rutledge for the last 4 years, and the major part of my work goes into foundation design, support of earth retaining structures. So yeah, I've been in the US for last 6.5 years. I pursued my bachelor in civil engineering from
Okay.
GB Pant University. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So, like, you're studying structural engineering and you're working in that field as well, which is not a very common field like girls approach to. And like, hats off, you're doing so amazing in that field. So,
Thank you.
uh, and you know what, like engineering, and this is the kind of field which like girls are not much encouraged, especially in India because
Mhm.
they like it's a stream basically for the boys and all that. So, did you ever face any challenges or some kind of opposition regarding this field, or if were there people who supported you when you were doing this? Like, how did it go for you?
Um, I don't particularly think that I actually felt any opposition from anybody as such. Um, yeah, I think when I actually started civil engineering, my dad wasn't particularly encouraging because he thought, like computer science was something that was very new. And like for women civil engineers, it's like he said, that something doesn't match. However, he was on board with me when I started studying civil engineering. And I think after that, I've never really faced like harsh comments on me being a women engineer. But yeah, here and like time and again, I do see differences about how the construction industry is a male dominated industry. You see very few women engineers in the industry, but I think on and all, everybody has been very encouraging about me pursuing engineering.
That's really nice. So, like, what was your breakthrough? Like, when did you realize you want to study this field? You want to go ahead with this field? Like a
Um,
passion.
Sorry, I think there's a lag. Um, I'm not sure if you're getting my videos.
Yeah, I am. I am.
Yes, okay. So I think since I was a kid, I really liked design. I used to be fascinated with like furniture design, and I'd seen like some construction happening around my buildings, so that always fascinated me. And once I think I was watching this episode on mega structures,
Okay.
like which was aired on National Geographic, and this particular episode was on Kansai International Airport, and that was what like really drew me into civil engineering. Large scale projects and everything about the construction, what what goes into the construction, the design, the engineering behind it. It was really fascinating. So that was something that led me into pursuing civil engineering. And I remember my structures, the first class on my structural engineering course, I got really fascinated with the structural engineering. So yeah, I think that was my breakthrough.
Okay, that's something that's really nice. I mean, you were pretty focused and you knew what wanted to do. I mean, like,
Yeah.
that's so rare. Not everyone knows what they want to do. So.
I think I did not know what I wanted to do since I was a kid. I actually wanted to become a doctor, and engineering is completely different than what I wanted to
Yeah.
be. But as I progressed in my career, and when I was taking up civil engineering, I think I really chose a major for myself. I chose a lot of courses that was more focused on structural engineering, and I was pretty determined to become a structural engineer from then.
Okay.
Mm.
So I read that you got a scholarship award for your work in the field of STEM because you worked in the field for 4 years. So can you
Oh,
run me
yes.
through
So
that?
that was, yes, yes. So that was something that was initiated by my state.
Okay.
Um, so basically, these are scholarship awards awarded to few students from Sikkim who pursue any degree in STEM field, and to get that you need like certain percentages every semester. So
Okay.
that is how I got this opportunity about, yeah, funding.
Congratulations. That was
Thank you.
I also read that you're a mentor in the AC program. So what is
Mhm.
your role as a mentor in the program and how does it go?
So ACE is basically like after school program for all the high school students who want to enroll, and we introduce them to careers in architecture, construction management, and engineering. So every team, like we have different teams of mentors from different backgrounds, like some from engineering, some from construction, some architects, and we all set up like a project. So the students basically learn about fundamentals. So, for example, I, as a structural engineer, would go over the fundamentals of engineering, whatever goes behind a project, right? Designing a project, building a project, and then we guide them through different design development on any civil engineering project. So, at the end, the students present give a presentation to all the audiences about what they've learned and then what their project was about. So that is what we basically mentor them about different about being a civil engineer, I suppose.
Okay,
It's
that's
like
a
a
nice
crush.
finish. Yeah. Okay. So there was one really very striking thing I usually ask people who have studied both in India and abroad. So
Mm-hmm.
you worked as a research associate in India
Yes.
and you've pursued your master's in science in abroad. What is that striking difference you find in the education system both in India and abroad, or is there something you would want to, change in India or change abroad, which you think is, like better on each side? The pros and cons, basically, in very like short, what you find striking and what you don't.
Okay. First, I would start with the good thing about the Indian education system is I think we get an overview of everything, like our high school, especially, right? We know about arts, we know about geography, about sciences, about languages. So it gives you an overall idea about different things. So it makes you
Okay.
more aware, I would say. What I don't like about the Indian education system is it's very focused on just getting numbers and nothing else, which I really appreciate about the education system in the US because it's a lot about, obtaining other kind of trainings like vocational training, you have internships, you have projects, you have research paper. So it is kind of a resume building. It's not just simply focused on getting scores or getting straight A's. So that is what like, I find the main difference between Indian education and the US education system.
Okay. So, like, since you're currently working in as a structural engineer, so
Yes.
how is your everyday work experience? What is your, like, what is your role in the job or the work that you're doing? And How do you see your everyday life as? Do you like, is it very monotonous, or does it offer you new challenges every day? Something like that. Like, what is your everyday work life experience about?
Uh, so my everyday work life, sometimes it can be monotonous and sometimes it is pretty challenging. I've been working with News at Rutledge for 4 years, and this is a great opportunity to be part of a 100-year-old company. And the kind of projects that we deal with varies. So sometimes we do the small projects, and sometimes we do really large scale projects. And most of our projects are focused in the New York City area. And what is the most challenging part about New York City is the existing buildings that you have, and they're all mostly skyscrapers. So like building right next to an existing building is that that more challenging, because you have all these loads and then you have this tunnels running through. There's a whole gamut of thing happening, and that is pretty challenging. You can't just build something new. You have to take into account all of these things that's already there. So any small thing that you don't account for can be like catastrophic. It can be a disaster. So that ways it is pretty challenging to work in New York City and work with whatever has already been built and whatever new things they actually want to build.
You
And
actually make it sound so much fun, more than challenging. Like, you actually enjoy your work so much.
I do enjoy the work, and I've been part of some pretty interesting and challenging projects. I do a lot of marine structures, so that itself is another challenge, right? Trying to understand what the water does and what kind of loads the water puts on your structure. And like you just think that, oh, this thing is just standing on its own, but there are so many things that goes into the design. And yeah, I think it is a masterpiece. Like at the end, the end product is a masterpiece.
Okay. I mean, I really look up to all your achievements and, the numerous work you've done, especially so many projects that you've worked on, your publications, your papers are like, in your word, it's a masterpiece, literally. And
Um,
yeah, you truly inspire me in a way, because you've done something I feel is out of the box, and something that's very different. Not everyone has the caliber and the strength to pursue, and you've achieved so much and proven yourself so much in the field. And you know that's really nice. Like, congratulations for that. And you're a true source of inspiration for me, and I think for other girls who are studying in the field as well. So, do you have anything to say for, budding engineers or people who want to pursue any sort of research or something in a field, they want to do something different? Do you have any words of advice or any suggestion you want to share?
Thanks for all those kind words. I think I am just doing things. I still think I have a lot to take care of and a lot to achieve. But yeah, it's I think engineering comes down to like following your passion. If you are not passionate about engineering, you would not enjoy the work, right? So to all the girls out there who are in engineering, I would say follow your passion, whatever it is. Right, if engineering is your passion, be really dedicated about it. We are not all intuitive engineers. There is a way to become an engineer, and that way is by studying and then by experiencing and by exposing yourself to different opportunities. So, yeah, look out for those opportunities. Even if you are not a good engineer now, you can become a good engineer later. You just have to keep at it, like keep working at it. That's what I would say. Yeah, never be discouraged. It's okay to fail. It's okay to not perform well, but always strive for that. Always work hard.
Okay, those are really nice and inspiring words. Thank you so much. I have a last question. So, I was thinking about this. Is there something, since you have achieved this position in your life and you had also started it from scratch, like studying engineering, and then
Hmm.
it's been a long journey. So, do you think there was something you think you should have done before or you could have done before, which would have helped you right now in the work that you're doing, or which would have helped you in your further studies, or something which you think you
Hmm.
could have done as a, when you were studying your bachelor's or something?
Okay. Yeah, one thing that I would like to emphasize is something is on internship. So when I was studying my civil engineering, we didn't really have any opportunities as such for internships, and that is something that gives you a lot of perspective on what the field looks like, right? What you would be doing as a civil engineer once you graduate, and that also gives you like hands-on experience with the career. So internship is something that I would definitely encourage people from any field to take up. That gives you more exposure and makes you understand the field better. So that lets you that allows you to choose your, say, if you want to do graduate study, pursue graduate studies in any of those field in particular engineering, then you are more conscious and aware of your choices. So yeah, I do think that internship was something that I did miss when I did my bachelor's.
Okay, so yeah, I've exhausted all my questions and I've like asked you almost everything I wanted to ask you. Is there something you want to ask me? You want to know about me? Is it anything?
Yeah, so I did read few things, like few articles of yours on the website Medium, I guess,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
And so tell me about your journey with this program, Women in Technology, and what it is all about, and how it has inspired you.
So it initially started with a 2 week course. It is actually a 4 week course, which
Mm-hmm.
was divided for us into halves, like in 2 weeks each. And I'd done my 2 weeks earlier. It was in November, and
Okay.
the following 2 weeks was held in February. And so, while this course is all about empowering women and
Mm-hmm.
helping them build a better resume, a better, or and helping us stand better from where we were 2 weeks before, and
Mm-hmm.
telling us how we can improve ourselves, not only academically, but also,
Mm-hmm.
as an overall performer, because it's not always your marks that help you reach your goal.
Exactly.
It's
Exactly.
it's so many things about you that help you reach your goal. It's not just one thing. So this program is basically helping us to teach, learn, and inspire from other people. And so the like we had this program's theme was hashtag connect. So it was basically for us to connect to different people, improve our networking
Mm-hmm.
skills. And so one of the people I connected to was you.
I
And
see.
yeah, so like connecting different people across the world, like, knowing what we aspire to become and
Mm-hmm.
writing them down so that it becomes more clear for us. We created draft plans as what do we want to do in our future, and according to that we pursued people, talked to them, noted it down. So it was a really helpful program, I feel, and it really helped me learn a lot of things. I met a lot of people, and I really think it improved my way of looking at my my choices, my future, and it gave me a better view of everything I want to do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I
And
think
we
it
have
is
wonderful
very.
mentors also who, keep helping us whenever we are stuck or something in the program. So they're always there, and it's a really, really nice program.
That's really good. Yeah, I think it's very important to make informed decisions And yeah, so especially platform like this and programs like this helps you become more aware of what kind of decisions to make, right? Because it is your career, so you don't want to be just making any random decisions for sure.
Yeah. So, well, I guess that's it. Yeah.
So yeah, I know. Is there anything more that you would want to ask?
Um, I really hope we stay in touch,
Sure.
and I'll definitely approach you again if like, if there's something I can learn from you, I mean, ask you or probably you could help me with, I'll definitely look forward to approaching you.
Sure,
And
sure.
I really hope we keep connecting with each other and knowing more. And all the
Mm-hmm.
best to you for your work, and congratulations for being such an amazing inspiration to every engineer, every person who wants to pursue their career, and women in more specific.
Thank
So
you, Daksha. I wish you all the best for your studies, right? And I hope, yeah, we will surely connect and keep in touch. And I hope whatever you want to pursue, you will get there.
thank you so much. Really means a lot.
Thanks.
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.
See you.